So your donkey ass wants a camera and you're confused. You don't know where to start. There's too many options. You're confused and scared. And I'm here to help you cross the street in the dark alley of life.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera. Panasonic Olympus, notice a Canicon. Panasonic Olympus, notice a Canicon. Impress. You have the stablest image, but your 1080p is softer than a Tempur-Pedic pillow adjusted for a spinal disorder. Why do you do it? Do it, Nikon.
So my good old pal over at Marcus Picks, he made a video. If he could choose just one camera and one lens, what would it be? So go check it out if you want to see what he picked. I ain't gonna spoil it. Oh, you have to watch it. I clicked you so hard. Pigeon life. I missed it. So it got me thinking, with all the systems out there, what would I choose for YouTube? And I'll even throw you photographers a bone so you can take a picture of it. Your blurry background bone. Sell it on eBay for $7. The options are so much easier for a photographer though. When I think of it, it's like, what do you need? Every camera was designed for you. Like, pick your choice. You don't need the flippy screen. You're taking pictures out there of the world. Selflessly, unlike me. It's all egotistical over here. So if I was a photographer, what are we doing? Are you nervous? I'm sorry. Be free, my friend. Wander where you please. How you doing? So if I was a photographer, got me thinking, you know, every picture I've ever taken in my life has been in single shot mode. I've never bursted anything. No bursts, ever. So everybody whining about their 15 frames per second. Oh, I got 20. You loser. You missed the epic moment. Isn't that part of the skill of being a photographer? You get the moment. It's like, I know when to press the button, I got it. Whereas you're just like... spray everywhere. It's like, oh, maybe I got something good. You got no skills. You would lose in a game of chess. I would mastermind you immediately with Bonetti's defense. Benoni's defense. I don't know. I'll win. So for photographers, just go with whatever doesn't break your back. Pick the focal length of desire and just go with it. Probably a Fuji. Why not? Fuji X-T3, they got everything you need. Micro Four Loser, not really enough for photography, is it? You got your f2.8. Just like you might as well be shooting with a 360 camera. Everything's everywhere. Get a life. But when it comes to more important matters, video production for the YouTube community, what would I choose now? I have the GH5S and that 12mm 1.4. It's glorious. Would I rebuy it if my house caught on fire or I was robbed at gunpoint? That got dark. Why couldn't it have been a positive thing? Like, oh, I decided to give my cameras away to a little baby orphaned YouTuber in need. So when I do that, what camera would I buy to replace it? Right now on the horizon, if you're looking at all the companies, Nikon, you know they're going out of business by December 31st, 2021. But when they release that 20mm f1.8, that could tempt me into Z territory. I could consider it. I actually want to try it. It's just, when is that going to happen? I almost killed him. That's fine. Trust me, this is good content. I'm not even going to talk for the rest of the video. Why would I? Let's move on. Without having tested the Z system for myself, that's what I noticed. I talk a bunch of trash on every camera system, and then when I actually try them, I'm like, oh, that's totally capable. I did not know. Like Fuji X-T3, the autofocus is perfect. I've never had it stumble. Only one time, I think 2 clips in one video, it took a little while to get me. Sometimes if like I drop my camera down like this, and then I bring it back up, it'll take a couple seconds to get me. As long as I know that, and I just like, oh, whatever, B-roll. Okay, we're ready. Just wait. Okay, it probably has me by now. And then you start your show. So I'll be completely honest with you. I would probably not get the GH5S again. Just because, one, there's no reason to have it over the GH5, technically. It does have slightly slower motion, but you need the stabilization with it, so you have to bring a Weeble S. Affiliate links down below. It's so capable and light. I wish I reviewed it. But even though I love the GH5S, it's probably my favorite camera I've ever used. It's perfect in every way, except that autofocus, not so perfect. Could I see myself actually buying it again? I never bought it a first time, first of all. But I enjoyed receiving it. Thank you, Marcus Picks. I don't think I'd buy it again. I couldn't go Micro Four loser again. Not again. Not for the studio at home. So it's either Fuji X-T3 with the 16mm f1.4 or a jump it up a notch to full frame, which currently right now does not exist in my likings. The only feasible option would be the Canon R, and then I'd have to wait for them to release a 24mm f1.4 or a 20mm f1.4 or 1.8. I would settle for that. It's not on the horizon. I ain't adapting no glass. I ain't using ancient EF glass technology. No, not when the mirrorless revolution is upon us. Not when that's happening. So if it was today and I'm buying a camera, 100% I get the Fuji X-T3 with the kit lens just because it's cheaper to get it when you buy the camera. And I would use it for out in the park vlogs. Somehow, it's shaky as shit. I would cry for my G85 that died in the fire. I mean the baby orphan YouTuber that's using it to find a new family. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, the show got so sad. So I'd have that kit lens just for the heck of it, but then I would buy that 16mm f1.4 for the gloriness. The glory. And the autofocus, I find I enjoy it. When I'm doing, even though I'm usually in the same spot at home, just talking, I find I like to lean in sometimes. And lean back. And I don't really hold things up to the camera. That could have been a finger. Which one's it gonna be? But the colors look so fantastic right out of camera. I just tweak it a little bit. I never have to play around, whereas like Panasonic makes me a little orange and yellow. I don't know how to fix that. Like there's color correcting, which is like, okay, I lower the contrast a bit, up the blacks, down on the highlights, little saturation. Like I understand that, but what if my face is the wrong ass color? I don't know what to do. Like, oh, increase the reds in the, am I a mid-tone or a highlight? What? Where am I? Well, everything changes when I do it. I'm doing it wrong. That's why the glorious Fuji, it just gets you every time. You don't have to tweak it. Only one time did I notice it went haywire, and that happened to be in the J85 versus X-T3 comparison, and my face went all red. I realized I upped the color. Everything's opposite. I upped the shadows. I mean, I wanted to raise the shadows. So you'd think, oh, +1 on the shadows. Lift the shadows. That means darken in Fuji's backwards mind somehow. Oh, you want to lower the darkness of the shadow. I exploded when I did it. So I had shadows +1, highlights -1, and color +1. Complete opposite of what I was going for. I wanted to lower the highlights a bit, raise the shadows, and dampen the color. Completely opposite. Unbelievable. The color one makes sense. That's user error. That's fine. So that's what I would choose for the studio. When it comes to vlogging, I gotta be honest with you. This little GoPro has snucken up on me. I appreciate it. We're in 4K now. 4K 30. It's funny, I'm using external audio because I want the best audio, and then I'm listening and it's like all this jacket rustling noise. Just stop it. I talk too much with my hands. Ah, damn you. Every time I make a point. So that sucks. But I've been playing around with the settings at native white balance. It's so confusing because I'm in the flat color profile, which should be easier to grade. Everything's flatter. It's not that GoPro look, the David Bond look. Oh, look at my beautiful life. It's not real, but Imagine this could be you if you buy my ebook. But in the white balance setting, it's so strange. There's auto and then there's native. And I'm like, what does that mean? Native is like another level of flat profile. It's almost like a log. So this is what it looks like naturally. Everything muted. And then I do stuff. I got my little Fuji Eterna LUT in there with some tweaks, and it's a very pleasing image to me. So now the audio, this is a problem. I don't mind syncing this in post if it's one clip like this, but if it's like where I'm running errands, I'm stopping and starting the camera a lot, no way, stop that and then start this and then snap to get the snappings, line them up, no way. But with the selfie stick, with this thing wide out there in linear mode, I'm digging it. So 100% I would go with this GoPro 8. One time it messed up on me. I turned it on and there was an error on the back. I don't know what it was. I turned it off and then turned it back on again and it was fine. And yesterday I made 4 videos, 2 on the GoPro, bunch of clips, and some of them didn't copy and didn't work. And then I had to re-go. Thankfully my computer didn't delete it for some reason. I asked it to. But everything worked out in the end, but that scared me. I've never seen that happen. Like the clip came over, it was 3.69 gigs, and it wasn't usable. It wasn't an actual file. I don't get that. And one thing I don't like is it keeps doing that. Every 3.69 gigs it makes a new file, and they don't go in order of what I filmed. It's so weird. It's like I'll make a video, 2 videos, and then like the clips are mixed up backwards. I don't get it. What happened? You know what I haven't tested? Linear mode without hyper boost on versus wide with the boost. So right now we're in linear no boost. How's the stabilization? How you doing? Now I'm gonna switch the boost on, which crops in a bit, but then take away the linear, which cropped in a bit. Is it the same frame? Okay, we just boosted it. Did it crop in more? And is it more stable? And is there any fisheye for some reason? What's the better mode? I will find out soon. You already know. But I will know before you in an awkward paradigm shift. Interesting. So right now we're in linear no boost. How's the stabilization? How you doing? Now I'm gonna switch the boost on, which crops in a bit, but then take away the linear, which cropped in a bit. It all depends on those media mods. If that mic is amazing and I don't have to do this haywire shit, then we're good to go. It might be too far, might not be. So we wait on the media mods of life, and that's the camera. Fuji X-T3 with the kit lens and 16 1.4 plus a GoPro. You're covered for YouTube production, my friend, and photography, if you need that kind of thing in your life. What's wrong with you today? So, we're done. Thank you so much for watching the video today. Consider thumbing it up if you liked it. What would your one camera be for YouTube production? Not photography. Y'all have it so easy. You don't even know. Alright, we're done. Subscribe for more videos and I'll see you in the next one. Don't touch the lav mic. Don't do it.